Thanks everyone for joining. I'm super excited seeing so many people watching our small little show about the new UI and the extensibility. My name is Maximilian Voss. I'm an engineering lead of a team which is focused on building editors and new headless UIs. And with me is Volodymyr. You want to introduce yourself as well?
Hello, yes, would be glad to. I am engineering manager as well, and my team is looking how to extend and customize Adobe Experience Management solutions with microservices built with Adobe App Builder.
Thank you very much. So it's all about the new Content Fragment UI. It's all about UI extensibility. Today, you're going to see what is that new Content Fragment UI all about, what is behind the scenes, how does it work roughly, why you should be excited about the new UI, and of course, I think, and that's the biggest part, you're going to learn how to extend that new Content Fragment UI. So you have seen, hopefully, in the keynotes that new UI. It was introduced by Mike Demart. It's also like it's built in React. We make AEM headless also for our UIs. It's fast. It's very nice to see. It's based on something we call React Spectrum. React Spectrum is an open source library with, let's say, a lot of components. Now, you're going to see that UI live in just a couple of minutes, but let's quickly have a look into the building blocks of that UI. So in general, that UI is living in something we call the unified shell. So whenever you're entering experienceadobe.com with our cloud solutions, you're in that, let's say, unified system. It takes care of your login, of your different, let's say, applications you're eligible to use. And it's actually the frame where our Content Fragment UI is living in. What does that mean in particular? It's a multi-tenant UI. So everybody is going to see the same UI, except if there are some extensions. That UI is under the hood, or let's say in the background connected to your AEM instance, which means your data is still siloed in your AEM cloud service instance. So there's no, let's say, common platform for everybody. It's really your instance, and that UI is routing all requests or whatever call it needs to fetch content fragments through, let's say, APIs to your AEM instance. I think that should be clear. So, and what does that actually mean for you? First of all, we have, with an IAM, we're going to define an API layer. So for all content fragment actions, we're going to have a unified API, which is also going to be GA'd at some point of time. So, which means like you can access the backend system as you wish. The good thing is also the UI itself is going to be independent of the AEM release cycle, which means we can roll out new UI features, enhancements, improvements, let's say just by a click, obviously with a little testing and making sure everything works, but we are a lot quicker and you will see new features rolled out very fast, new improvements, and I think it's a benefit for every one of us. Then also what is very important, I think, for a lot of you developers, whenever you had to do some updates to the core UI. So whenever you did some changes to, let's say, the old UI, you introduced new buttons, you introduced some overlays. Whenever there was a service pack, it was very painful to also adapt this. With that, it's going to be easier because we're going to have, let's say, a multi-tenant UI. You're going to have certain extension points, and your AEM instance is completely independent of that UI, almost. What it also means, when you have to adapt something, you have to do it differently. And that's something you're going to see in just a couple of minutes. So talking about the extension itself, how to work in a nutshell, or let's say as a pattern. So we have something we call the app builder. In the app builder, that extension is going to live. How that's going to work, you're going to see. Then like when you want to start building such an extension, there's the Adobe I/O CLI with an extension template, which is helping you to kickstart that implementation. You can deploy it then to App Builder, and it can work with your APIs as well as with our APIs. Then, just to, let's say, round the picture how that works on our side or within the UI, the Content Fragment UI has defined extension points. The extension points is a definition. For example, you can add an additional button into the menu, for example, and that's a defined extension point. And you can tie your extension exactly to that extension point, and then you do that modification as you need that. So I would say it's demo time. Volodymyr.
Thank you, Max. Let me share my screen and we'll begin. Okay, so it's better one time see and even better one time touch with hands than just hear about something. So let's explore what we can actually extend and how to do this. So to be able to create UI extensions for Content Fragment Console, you actually will need two things. First of all, access to Content Fragment Console and the tool with if you're running your IAM instance as a cloud service and up-to-date content fragments should be already available for you, you may start directly from your IAM instance by clicking on Content Fragments, and it will load the Experience Content Fragment admin application inside the Experience shell. So at this moment, we implemented the extensibility for two most common and most basic use cases. This use case when the business organization wants to have some additional actions not related directly to the existing content fragments. For example, that may be importing new content fragments from remote service or just opening website or applications that utilize those content fragments. And for this use case, we provide the extensibility extension point for header menu for this area. This allows to add more buttons and interact with the user and interact with Adobe APIs and some and other third-party services API. Another one use case is actually when we want to introduce some new actions related to already existed content fragments. So, for example, we can export content fragments to other system, or for example, in our instance, we already have one extension installed, which is called Manage Language Copies, and these extensions allows to search for references for language copies of the content fragments and then publish them. So it's easy for users to find all the translation and publish them at the same time. In addition to those basic scenarios, basic extension points, we also model dialog, which is just you saw, which allows to UI extensions render any content they need to solve the task. UI extensions implemented in a way that they are fully secure, so no third-party code is executed inside Content Fragment admin console directly. All the third-party code executed in isolated iframes, so it's pretty secure to use. Okay, so now we just described the extension points that we have and the question how the user may explore them. And the standard answer for that question is to use documentation. So far, documentation for UI extensibility available at developers.adobe.com site. You may find the answers for the most common questions. Just get know what is UI extensibility and how it's work, some more generic guides and overviews, what you may expect from the development flow and for managing UI extensions, and as well documentation dedicated to Content Fragment Console, Content Fragment Admin Service, with more precise focus on the this service and its extension points, how it may be used, and how you can run it. But let's do something with our hands. For this, first of all, we need to define what we actually can do. And as a demo example, I propose to implement export features that will take one or multiple content fragments selected by the user and send information about it to the Slack. So it might be good options for sharing some ideas, some content with teammates, and later it may be involved in something more cool and interactive, as Slack has a interactive messaging API, so it will be easier even in future add some publish or approve buttons that will trigger some workflows inside IAM. So let's do this, and with this, let's switch to another part of what we need. It's actually tooling. So to be able to write UI extension, users need to have the access to App Builder, and to gain this access, App Builder should be provisioned to the organization where this developer belongs, and this or user needs to have the developer role for any IAM instance or for directly for App Builder product. So far in our MS organization, we have this capability provisioned, and if you don't have, you may request trial today just from the App Builder documentation page. So we need to start our journey by creating our project from the beginning. So for that, we'll go to the developer console, which is available directly from the developers portal. And here we will need to create the project from template. And we'll call our project send to Slack. We'll use the same app name just for consistency, and we'll click save. That's easy. As this, and after this, we'll have our script running, and project is created actually, and the main purpose of project creation in Dev Console is actually provision all necessary resources in Adobe infrastructure, in Adobe Cloud, that is may be utilized to building applications. So far, we can see that we have two workspaces, production and stage, and both of these workspaces have underlying resources needed for development. For example, we provide runtime, Adobe I/O runtime, which is serverless platform for executing code. Okay, now when we created this product and all the necessary resources was provisioned for us, we can actually switch to coding and start our project. For this, I will open my developer console, and let's talk a little bit what developers need have locally to create UI extensions. It's not that much. First of all, user will need to have installed Node.js, and this actually everything that user will work directly, and this the only I would say hard requirements from our side. And as well as a helper tool, user will need to install I/O CLI tool, which simplifies interaction with Adobe infrastructure. I already have it installed. If you don't have, it's easy to do with npm install global Adobe I/O CLI. but I already have this, so let's proceed to actually project creation or project initialization. So for this, I will run IO app init. And we wait connection from the Adobe. So I now using site's internal organization. Now the tooling will request all the capabilities that our organization have, including checking what API is accessible and what is not. And now it's offer to choose the projects that we actually going to implement. I will choose send to Slack, the projects that we just created. Now we have the new step that was recently introduced in Adobe IO CLI, and it's offer to use template. Template is a new mechanism for IO CLI that allows to simplify flow creation of builder application dedicated to some target, as we some specific use case. As our use case is UI extension, we will choose all extensions points, and here we will find the extensibility template for IAM Content Fragment Console, which is actually what we are going to do. We will choose this template and we'll start. After this selection, IO CLI tool actually will fetch all the necessary packages and automatically start the template for execution. We build this template with focus on 3 personas or 3 levels of developers who might use this tool or who might try to create the UI extensions. First of all is new user who just starting to explore and actually don't know what is available and what is possible to do with tooling. Another level is actually users who knows what to do, but wants just a little bit guidance and help with boilerplate code or standard code that is required to make all pieces connected together. And the next level is experts that know all the mechanism on the lower level, and so want to have the full control and change things as they go. So far, templates ask our several generic questions. So we'll ask them our application extension called send to Slack, short description, export content to Slack, and version 0.0.1. So after this, actually the most interesting part begin. Template ask what actually we're going to do and how the template may help us to achieve our goal. So if we are new users, we probably don't know actually what we are going to do. So the most straightforward selection would be, I don't know. If we'll choose this, we can, we'll start over. Missed the right menu item. Okay, and select. Okay, I don't know. Find some help. If you'll choose it, it actually displays a link to documentation. With the time, we will add more and more resources that allows to find the answers and help for users who try to do this in first time. Another interesting option is try a demo project, and this option will generate all the code from the scratch, and you will get the fully functional UI extension. which will provide as well Slack import-export functionality, much more richer than we'll develop today. But so far, we'll go back and talk a little bit what will go and what will happen if we just initially hit the I'm done. So the most experienced users may just proceed to I'm done option and have the minimal code generation available for them just to install it, all the necessary SDKs, and have full control of what install, what not to install as dependency, and how to write the extension. But for most use cases, we recommend to stick to the default files organization. So for that sense, we'll use options we have above. Two main extension points for action bar and header menu represented here as an option. As we are going to export existing content fragment, we'll use action bar extension point. We'll name the button as well, send to Slack. And we will want to use some model dialog for more interaction with the user. So we'll say yes for this question. And we'll need some additional server-side handler, which we'll discuss a little bit later. So I will choose this option, server-side yes, and we'll call this export. At this point, we declared all the resources or entities that we need, and we're ready to hit I'm done. Okay, so live demo issues. Let's try to start over. Send to Slack, selecting template. Well, let's play it. It was planned, so just to better remember the steps needed to generate extension.
Yeah, but actually, it's a very easy way to go forward building your app, isn't it?
Yes, and usually it's pretty straightforward. I believe the issue that I have is just caused by the fact that I first time hit the wrong menu item. So there was some already available code, and as we are just on early stage, an early beta, we just probably not handled the well the merging of the code. So send to Slack. Please provide short description. Export. Content fragments to Slack. What version would, version works for me. I want action bar, which will call it send to Slack with model dialog and with server-side handler. Export. And I hope I am done. Yeah, seems like everything works better this time. You may see the manifest of our selections, what we choose. We choose one button for action bar with model dialog and one server-side action. Now, iOS CLI will install all the dependencies. And while it's going on, let's discuss what we have already so far. So as a result of code generation process, we'll have the typical app builder application structure, couple which is JavaScript application, a lot of already common files like Bible configuration, packages, and so on, just configuration. And most interesting things here, .io file, which contains configuration of projects that we created on first step and link to all resources that we have created for that project, and as well .env file that includes information about what resources we made to use during our deployment process, and as well provide possibility to specify additional parameters that we want to pass to our application.
So
now
this means actually like we took the developer console, the Adobe IO CLI, and we took a template in the IO CLI, which then created our bootstrap for our new extension, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's all we do. So far we just followed the pretty straightforward instruction, and what is great that at this moment, if you just try and run IO app run to run our application locally in development mode, we'll already have actually working solution and working UI extension. We'll wait a little bit while the application started. And when it started, it provides a couple URLs. We're interested in this application URL. Recommendation is to try to open it first in a browser, because for local development, we generate self-signed certificate, so you may need to accept it. So browser will not block the request. I already accepted the certificate. We can try to use this application with our production environment. For this purpose, we will just need to add a couple more get parameters to our application. So we'll write dev mode true to instruct experience shell that it's okay to connect to localhost, and a little bit soften cross-origin request policies. And now we'll as well specify the source or endpoint of the extensions that we want to check. So let's load the application with new parameters. Let's select some fragment, and we see that we have the button send to Slack, and it's open the model. So let's look how it's work internally, how it's implemented, while we don't have a lot of custom code. So those are configuration files we considered, and all the source files go to IMCF console admin version 1 handle. And inside it, it's pretty typical app builder application structure. So we have actions folder for our server-side code that we will serve at runtime as serverless functions. And we have web source that represent our front-end part. Here is the main interesting things going for UI extensions. There is couple required files. You always will have app.js file, which provide React road. And the only required thing here is extension registration, the part of the application that is responsible to explain to the host application, to the CF admin, Content Fragment admin service, what capabilities is implemented by extension to establish communication and make this handshake. So it goes to extension registration file. If extension need any custom UI, like we do with our model dialog, we'll need to register one more piece of our application, one more road for our application for each UI that we want to have. Let's take a look at the extension registration file and what is interesting over there. So here the only required part is actually importing Extensibility SDK, which provides register to connect to the host. This method returns the guest connection and allows to declare what actually is used by the extension. So here we saying that we use action bar, which has the get button returning the declaration of the button and returning on click methods, which do something. And it's actually will trigger opening new UI with this URL, at which, as we know from the routing declaration, will lead to this UI component that actually implement pretty straightforward React application. Both parts, in this implementation, React Spectrum is fully optional and may be replaced by any technologies that developer prefers. The only requirements is to use UX guest library to properly communicate with the Adobe service and interact with it. So far, this is basic implementation, and that was provided by the code generation. So it's work. So it's a good time just to commit something. We'll go to here, stage our changes, accept the prepared custom code file, and we'll say that this is auto-generated code. Okay, and now we actually, let's apply prepared changes. So just to see how the custom logic may be implemented and what usually may requires from the developer to complete the task. So in our case, we modified several files. We modified package.json just to inject the Spectrum icons workflow. And because of this, I will run npm install just to ensure that package is already presented. As well, we modified the extension console, extension config YAML, and this pretty important part as we are going to implement the applications that interact with Slack and send messages to Slack. We will need somehow to store the secret webhook that specify application where to connect and how to connect to Slack. It is recommended to use deployment parameters, which is declared as a part of server-side function and may be specified in environment configuration. And that was the main reason why I introduced the server-side function, because this is a secure way how to establish interaction, have some secrets with connection credentials, and not expose them to the client side, which may be hijacked and used by malicious users. And so the most interesting part, of course, goes to extension registration, sent to Slack model, and app.js files. So let's open them here and review what was changed. So an extension registration file, as you can see, everything is goes directly from the code generation. I just made this couple changes to the how we create the parameters that we use to build the URL and the name of the parameter. As I renamed the parameter in the URL path, I as well updated the routing declaration just to reflect this change. And then there is a little bit more changes in model implementation. So actually, typical React application implementation, we use effect to send the to decrypt again data provided in URL. Then we creates a list of tasks for publications that we want to use, and we start in parallel couple functions that trigger requests to the remote service or to our backend action. Here, the main interesting points for us is action web invoke. This is utility method that provided by app builder and simplifies the invocation of app builder server-side application. And here's a guest connection shared context object access that we use to get some data from the content fragment service provided for us. So here we use get the information about IAM host used and the authorization credentials, so we can make a request to the IAM instance from the name of the authorizer. And if we take a look at briefly at the server side action, it as well have minor changes according from what was automatically generated. And we here create the query to IAM GraphQL service. We made this query to fetch the full information about the content fragment, and then we use this information to send to Slack. So implementation is straightforward, and maybe for production application, it needs more errors handling, but for demo purpose, we so far good. And the last change that we need to do before launch our application is actually provide the secrets and deployment parameters that we use, that we allow us to connect to Slack. So we have those parameters required from us. And we have configuration for already created application. Okay, so that should be enough. Hopefully everything fine this time. And before going anywhere, we'll actually need to check if everything works fine. So we'll again run IO app run to start our application. Waiting for response. URL is not changed, so we just can reload our application. By the way, reloading is not truly necessary. We just proceed. But anyway, so we can use some select couple content fragments that we want to check or want to share, and try to hit send to Slack button. We see that spinners are working, there's something going on, and yes, we see that Slack now has information about a couple of our content fragments. Okay, so our application at this point is actually done, but it's available only for us in development mode. And at this, I just want to highlight that so far for development purpose, we use production service of IAM Content Fragment Console, Content Fragment admin. As the same multi-tenant users that at this moment used by any user. We also have the get parameter repo that's specified to which IAM instance we should be connected. So this gives flexibility for developer to choose what data should be maybe used during the development, and at the same time check the extension in fully working, fully production environment without requirements to deploy or replicate any Adobe services locally. So at this moment, we are done, and it's time to share our application visible. So for this, first of all, we will need to switch to production workspace. And IO will check data. We will merge configuration because in .env file we created our secrets, so we don't want to override them. But for IO file, we can override because we're actually about to use a new workspace. And with this, we can start deployment to production. So IO CLI will build the production bundle, we'll deploy it to the our front-end part to CDN and deploy our backend action to IO runtime. So it may be used publicly. And now we have the couple more URLs that say where our application was deployed. After this, the application is not yet available for usage. And there is two more steps left to make it accessible. Once application is deployed, we have the submit for approval button, which allows request publication of our application. So we'll fill some data. And we are ready to submit. So with these actions, role of the developer is over, and now the admin of the organization can log into the Adobe Exchange portal and on the Manage button see all the pending applications, pending approval. It's easy to give the approve, and after this extension is published. Once the extension is published, parameters is not really necessary, so this extension became publicly available for all users of this organization. Let's check and see. Yes, it's working on production and available for all users. So that's all. Hope we'll have some time for a couple questions.
So thank you very much, Volodymyr. Actually, there's not so much time for questions left because we're already hitting the end of the hour. Just a quick recap about a couple things. So in that session, you should have learned what is all about that new UI. How does it, like, let's say, how does it live in the ecosystem? That it's a multi-tenant UI. You still have your single tenant AEM instances, but it's one UI for all. It brings a lot of benefits to everyone. To us, we can roll out things easier, and for you, you get the newest features every let's say single day. And of course, there are extension points which will enable you at the end to always implement against a fixed interface, regardless of what is going to happen in the UI. Why does that not work? Okay. There were in the pod a couple of questions. I just want to take two out of that. At the moment, like one question is that available for on-premise customers? So the answer is not at the moment. There are plans to support this as well, but we don't have a timeline at the moment. So it's only for AEM cloud service customers, and you will see that new UI actually with the next or with the next release. Then the other question was like, do we plan to retire Coral UI? Not at the moment, because we have a lot of on-premise customers. We don't have their plan. Nevertheless, there's the idea that we make all our AEM capabilities available in the new UI so that we have a common look and feel. I think that's it. Thank you very much for joining. Have a wonderful day or evening, and talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.